We're going to need some measuring bowls and some measuring cups, a food processor, hopefully a larger one than this, some flour, sugar, shortening or lard, butter, salt, some very cold water, and some very cold vodka. And we're going to start by cutting up our butter and shortening, and we're going to stick it in the freezer. While our butter is getting cold, we're going to measure out 1.5 cups of flour in our food processor, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to pulse that just to mix it together. Next, we're going to get our cold butter and shortening and add just 1/3 of it in there to start. Pulse it 5 to 6 times until we start seeing chunks. Add in the second part. Pulse that again. Get a little larger chunks. And add our last part of butter. And we're going to pulse that till we see some pretty large chunks starting to form into dough. Pour that out into a bowl. And we're going to add our final cup of flour in there. Mix that by hand. Mix it just enough so that it forms. We're going to add 1/4 cup of very cold water and 1/4 cup of very cold vodka. We're going to mix that by hand just till it forms and it stops sticking to the bowl. And we're just going to portion it out into 2 discs. We'll wrap that up in some saran wrap. Make sure you see some nice butter chunks. Chill from 3 hours to overnight. Then you're going to lightly flour your surface, grab your rolling pin and your pie pan shells, and you're going to roll it out by hand first just to warm it up. Then we're going to roll it out with the rolling pin. Try not to add too much extra flour or roll it out too many times. You're going to roll it into your pie shell, trim the edges, and insulate it with a fork.